Hello and welcome. We have breaking news. It looks like Great Britain is going to send combat airplanes into Ukraine. This is really just published like a few minutes ago. UK says they want to start training Ukrainian pilots. They are considering to send combat planes to Ukraine, to donate fighter jets to Ukraine. The decision, it seems, is not made yet, but what we do know is that the first decision is already done, that they are starting to train the Ukrainian pilots. This is obviously going to take months upon months. Some estimates are as short as 3 months. Usually it's 6 months to 1 year, as it will take for a Ukrainian pilot to fully be able to use a fighter jet or a combat airplane that is being handed over from Ukraine, but it seems the first step is being undertaken. Now, which planes are likely to be sent? I have here Air Force Technology, for instance, according to which the UK is going to decommission their Hawks and their Tranche 1 Eurofighter Typhoon until 2025. So it seems likely that they're going to hand over those, one of the either, because the other planes that would theoretically be possible are F-35's Joint Strike Fighter, but that the US gives the permission for someone else to hand over Joint Strike Fighter, or that Great Britain is willing to do that, seems extremely unlikely. So that only leaves the Eurofighter, or also called Typhoon, which we can see here, and the Hawk. Now, let's start with the Hawk. The Hawk is a trainer plane. It can use air-to-ground and air-to-air munitions, but it's mostly limited to short-range air-to-air munitions like Sidewinders, and it can carry a few tons of ordnance, so the Ukrainians could use them for their basically toss rocketing, where they pull the nose up, fire unguided rockets in the air, and then turn away. They could use that for this, but in air combat, this is not the plane you really want to be in. The British have more or less 12 of those. They are mostly used by the Red Arrows right now and are due to be commissioned, so they could be handed over. The other plane is the Eurofighter Typhoon, which is one of the most modern planes in the world, one of the most combat capable, especially when it comes to Europe. The only competitor in the same level would be the French Rafale. But this is a Tranche 1, so this is the first production model, which is decades old now and is more or less far less capable than the current versions, which are far more sophisticated when it comes to their abilities, air-ground, air-air, better sensors, etc. When we look at the total number, it's unclear, but the British inventory for Typhoons has never been gigantic, and supposedly they already started scrapping those that are to be decommissioned. So in total, we can probably not assume that more than maybe one squadron would be delivered, maybe 12 planes. This more or less it. So we can argue how much of an effect this will have, but whether it's going to be the Hawk or the Typhoon or both of them, it will have a massive effect, like the French AMX-10. With France committing light tanks, basically armored fighting vehicles with a 105mm gun, which is also on MBTs. The whole cascade of IFVs and tanks started that is still rolling in, that is going to reach Ukraine within the coming months. So with now the first commitment be on the horizon for combat planes for Ukraine, for Western combat planes from Ukraine, while it in itself might not have a massive impact on the front lines, on the war in Ukraine, and it at least gives hope for Ukraine that other nations might now join in, if as soon as this taboo has kind of been broken when it comes to combat jets. As said, training them without intention to deliver them the planes in the end doesn't make too much sense, but the decision hasn't been done yet. But as of now, it more or less just seems a question of time until the decision has been made, and it doesn't really have to be made until the until the pilots are actually ready to use the planes, because before it's pointless to declare it publicly. So I would guess we can expect the jets to arrive in probably 6 months. That seems like a reasonable time frame for this. This channel is only possible because of the support from viewers like you. If you like to support the channel, you can do so in the means by the means in the description. If you liked what I do here, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps with the channel. Leave a comment. What planes have I missed? Some that Ukraine might receive. Don't mention the Halifax though. I don't think they're going to hand Halifax over, even though the British Royal Air Force still has them in their inventory. Have I missed? What do you think? Which other countries might be delivering planes soon? Leave it in the comment. Every comment can help us find more information, and obviously it's really good for the algorithm. And if you're new here, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos. In a few minutes, there's going to be a new situation report on the war in Ukraine up here on this channel, where you can stay informed what is currently happening in Ukraine without too much of a bias, because I do my best to stay objective. That's it from me for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back.